Hi everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply, and I'm here today with a tutorial for you on how to make these really fun ombre beaded lentil flower components that you can use on either a lanyard or a keychain is the two samples that we have here. Very similar in how you make them, just rotating the placement a little bit. So I'll walk you through the keychain first. And for this, we used purples, shades of purple. So to get the ombre look, you're gonna take 3 shades from lightest to darkest, and you're gonna need 5 of each color in the shade of each color. So 5 of each shade, 15 total. So this is the orchid, is the darkest. And then we've got lilac here as the middle color, purple, and then thistle as the lightest. So you're gonna take 5 of each, and then you're gonna take 1.5 millimeter satin cord. We've got a lot of colors of this on our website. This is the lilac. You're gonna fold the cord in half, and you're gonna put the folded end through the swivel portion of the keychain. The keychains, all of these supplies are available on our website at abcbeadsupply.com. The beads, the keychains, the cord. And then I like to take a lighter and just singe the ends of each of the satin quick. I find it makes it easier to bead when you've just got a little bit of a sharper end to work with. And you're going to put 2 lentil beads on one side of the cord, and then you're going to take the other side and put 2. And we're starting with the darkest for this one, for the keychain. So you're going to do 2 and 2. And then you're going to take this cord, doesn't matter which one you use, you're going to put it partially in on that 5th silicone lentil bead and just loop it and give it a pull down to make that hole a little bit bigger, to stretch it out. And then you're going to stick the other cord in the opposite way. So both of your ends are coming out of each side of that lentil. And then you pull on those to tighten that up. And it's going to create that flower shape. And then you're going to repeat with your medium shade. So you're going to do 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And then for the last one, you're going to take the cord through the lentil and then push the other end, the other cord through the other way. So you've got 2 little pieces here to pull. It reminds me of one of those children's pull toys where the guy climbs the ladder. And then we're gonna go with the lightest, and we're gonna do 2 on one end and 2 on the other. And then for that third, we're gonna go through one side, give it a pull, and then go through the other, and then give that little tug. And then you've created a series of little flower clusters in ombre form going down the keychain. And then you're just gonna pull to tighten it all up. The more that you pull, the tighter that you pull, the less cord that you're gonna see. So a nice snug pull is gonna be helpful for that. And then you're gonna hold both ends of the cord together and put on, this is a UV Shine 12 millimeter acrylic bead. So not all of the 12 millimeter acrylic bead holes are really big. This one is exceptionally a large hole, and it just kind of matches the hardware of the keychain nice, so it looks like hardware, like a hardware component rather than just being a bead. So that's why we selected that, the combo of it matching the hardware and it having that whole larger hole size. So you're gonna have to pull it all snug again once you've got that bead on. So give it one pull, and then once you get that 12 millimeter bead in, we're gonna tighten everything back up so that you have a nice snug flower. And we are gonna end with an overhand knot, but here's a little tip. When you're needing to end with an overhand knot and need everything tight, if you just do a regular knot first, that way you have leverage, and you can pull an overhand knot, you have no leverage. So you can do an overhand knot, regular and overhand knot first to tighten it all up and just move that tension up across the whole keychain. And then the knot just kind of hides in the base of the bead, and then that allows you to make an overhand knot without the pressure of having to tighten it at the same time, so that you can take your time and get a nice smooth overhand knot look at the end to finish it off. So you'll do that overhand knot and then give it some tails. And there you've got a purple ombre lentil flower keychain. So fun. So there is the keychain version. Now for the lanyard version, we're going to be working the opposite direction because the lanyard is being built. You have this hardware portion on the other side, so you're going just upside down from the keychain. So for this one, we're using the rose lentil beads, and we're going to take 5 of those. And then we've got the light mauve. And we're going to take 5 of those. And then the last shade is powder pink, and we will take 5 of those. And then we're working on ivory satin cord for this one. We're going to fold it in half. I start with 48 inches for lanyards. Some people may like a little shorter. I tend to go for a longer look. You're going to put that folded portion of the cord through the swivel on the keychain and loop those tails through. You want to make sure you're keeping these even as you pull so that it doesn't get off-centered. Just like that. And then I'm going to cinch those ends again with a lighter. It just makes it really helpful when you're trying to put your beads on. And so this time, rather than starting with the darkest, since we want the keychain to be on the other end, we're going to start with the lightest. So we're going to do 2 of the Barely Pink on the left side and 2 of the Barely Pink on the right. I'm just working with a bit more cord on this. And then for that 5th one, we're going to go from both ends so that it looks like this, and then pull to make the first flower. And then we're going to do 2 of this light mauve on one side, 2 light mauve on the other, and the 5th, we're going to go through both sides and give it a pull. Not gonna lie, that last pulling step is the funnest. And then we're gonna end with the rose. So we're gonna do 2 rose lentils on one side, 2 rose lentils on the other. And then the last one, we're gonna put it through on both sides to give that pull. And again, you want to get it nice and tight. I don't know if you can see that in the video. So like when you've just put them on loosely, you're going to see a lot of the cord. When you tighten it all up and make it snug, you see way less cord. So it really makes a difference. So then for the final little end bead on this one, we're using an 18mm wood bead. This color I felt like had a lot of earthy vibes to it. So with the ivory cord and the the shades of pink, it's got a nice earth tone, especially with that rose. The wood bead looks really nice with it. So same as before with the silver, if you just put 1 knot in and tie, even though you want it to be an overhand knot, if you can just get 1 knot, a single knot tied first to get the placement of that right. I didn't straighten that out before I knotted it. We're going to undo that. You want to make sure that your bead is in the right, your final bead is in the right position first. I was premature in tying that knot. Okay, so before I tie that knot, we're going to make sure that the bead is lining up okay with the end of that lentil. Just pull each side until you get it all laying correctly like that. And then we'll put that overhand knot in and give it a pull. Just trying to keep it as secure as possible. And then you can tighten it up, and it's gonna slurp that knot back down into the bead and then allow you to make that overhand knot a little bit easier. A lot easier to tighten things up when you're just pulling the ends versus doing the overhand knot. Just like so. And then since it's a lanyard, you're just gonna take your ends and double check that they're the same length. And then you're gonna go through with your breakaway clasps and put the clasps on each end. And then you're gonna do a double knot. It's important that you do a double knot instead of a single knot on the breakaway clasps because the holes in them are big enough that one knot would fall back through them. So we're gonna just double up those ends. And there you have your lanyard. So we've got this really pretty pink, and then we have the purple keychain, and the sky's the limit. You could do robin's egg and mint would look really pretty in an ombre, and you don't even have to do an ombre. You could do a rainbow of colors or just 3 of your favorite colors. So you're gonna find photos of both of these projects along with supply lists for duplicating them over on our website blog at abcbeadsupply.com.